I think I understand why they don't want the KSI fight right now, is because if Jake loses to KSI, which it's not that I don't think they're confident. I think they have confidence that they'll win. We have confidence we'll win, but they acknowledge that there's a risk, and if Jake succumbs to that risk and loses, even though ours is the biggest payday, the other big paydays will be lost.
Mams, starting off with the main event, how quickly from when Tommy Fury pulled out did you know that AT was going to be coming in?
Well, I was trying to see behind the scenes if we could keep the main event going before it was announced that Tommy was going to pull out. But I had AT ready right away, and I knew that was the call to make, and I knew that he'd be excited. And to be honest with you, AT deserves a big opportunity, and I told him, just wait, you'll get your big chance to main event. You'll get that happen, and it happened sooner than we thought. And he stepped up, so all credit to him.
I was going to say, you've talked about previously fighters, if they pull out, they may not necessarily get opportunities in the future. Has that hindered Tommy Fury's opportunity to come fight for Misfits, knowing the way and the manner that he pulled out?
Sorry, what's the question?
Has this hindered Tommy Fury's opportunity going forward with Misfits because of the way he pulled out of a pay-per-view card?
Look, I think we're talking, let's see what we come up with. We need to come up with a solution, So we're in talks and we'll figure it out. I'm confident.
Mams, I wanted to ask, you've mentioned to other reporters 3 fights for KSI this year. I think it's no secret Jake is one of those that would be a dream for you to put together. I'm wondering, the other 2 fights, what are you looking at in terms of opponents? Is it more pro boxers you're looking at, fellow influencer boxers? What would you like those other 2 fights to look like for KSI?
It's always about keeping a balance. Ultimately, KSI's coaches and KSI, they make the decision. I just give a list of people that I think and a trajectory, and the coaches know where KSI's at and what he's capable of. And all I'll say is, if the plans that we've got set up right now go ahead, he's going to be taking on some serious competition by the end of the year, that's for sure.
When are we likely to see the first fight in that 3-fight plan?
We're working on it. You'll find out more. Tune in. Make sure you watch Saturday night.
Mum, speaking on KSI, we heard rumours of him potentially fighting Conor McGregor. Obviously, Dana White has now come out in interviews rejecting that essentially. What are your thoughts on that? And is there any possibility of him fighting Conor in the future?
Look, Dana is the big boss. Dana's the decider when it comes to his contracted fighter. Obviously, both Conor and KSI would love to fight each other. We haven't given up hope yet, so let's see what happens.
How close were the talks with Conor?
Well, it's there's a lot of steps to it, and there are steps in this direction. There are steps in this direction. We covered quite a lot of ground, but you have to respect that Conor's signed to the UFC, so. That's a big obstacle, and I think if Dana sees the potential of, again, absolutely massive numbers, I think any other fight would be hard pressed to compete with those kind of numbers that they could do together. So let's see what happens.
Regarding the Jake fight, obviously yourself and Nakisa, it looks like the back and forth between you two. Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren had a back and forth with them, but now Turki Al-Sheikh has helped them out and they've sorted to make all the big fights. Do you think Turki could bridge the gap between you and yourselves and Nakisa to make the Jake Paul and KSI fight?
Look, Turki has expressed that he's very much focused on traditional boxing, and I respect that that's his view of things right now. If that changes, fantastic. We certainly. If whoever can make that fight happen is a miracle worker, because I definitely don't give up on much, and I haven't given up, but it's been challenging. And look, I think I understand why they don't want the KSI fight right now, is because if Jake loses to KSI, which It's not that I don't think they're confident. I think they have confidence that they'll win. We have confidence we'll win, but they acknowledge that there's a risk. And if Jake succumbs to that risk and loses, even though ours is the biggest payday, the other big paydays will be lost. So you're not fighting Canelo if you lose to KSI.
Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks very much.
All right, thank you guys.
Mams.